guys, what is up? It's your girl Grace Torie, and I'm back with a whole new podcast episode. Oh my gosh, has it been a day. I woke up early, which is a lot for me, and I went to the barn and I rode my horse. I've been going to see her twice a week, so that's been a good time. But I've been exercising her, which is great, except it's like 80 degrees outside, so obviously I'm being careful and taking the correct precautions, but that also means it's hot for me too. So not the best vibe in the world. I'm extra excited for fall. I'm also wearing my fall Halloween t-shirt, so if you're on YouTube, you can see it, but I'm just really excited. I have been cleaning kind of since I got home. I showered and took a nap and then I started cleaning, but you know, self-care, right? So anyway, I have been cleaning. The whole goal is to get everything fall ready and just have it good to go, get some candles going. And I think that that was my main error here, is I've been cleaning, everything's looking kind of better, but I don't have any candles. So like, how am I gonna complete the look, you know? I'm hurt by this, you know. I need to go to Bath and Body Works, or like I mentioned, small business or something, and just figure this out, because the vibes are off. But yeah, it's been a super productive day. I didn't think it was gonna be productive because I actually have a really hard time with like motivation this week. It is that time of the month, so I've just wanted to literally sleep 24/7. I haven't been in the best mood, and I've had like really bad headaches, which is new. That's fun. But I took some Midol, took a nap, and I'm like a new person. Congratulations to me. I know, thank you. But yeah, I've been vacuuming. I went outside and like cleaned some stuff. I washed all of our sheets. I did like 5 loads of laundry. I kid you not, I have a timer on my phone to go off once an hour to switch the laundry out. Like, I feel like that girl. I have become that girl. Josh gets off at 8 and he's gonna be truly shocked. Truly. Maybe not with the downstairs though, I've only done the upstairs today. But once he comes upstairs, he's gonna be truly shocked. Anyway, that's enough of me and kind of my 10-second update. The only really exciting thing going on is Josh texted me earlier and said, hey, do you want to do something fun tonight? And I said, of course. And he said, okay, perf. And then I said, what are we doing? And he said, it's a surprise. So I don't know what we're doing. I will report back probably on my Instagram stories later tonight. So if you want to know what's up, you should follow my Instagram. We're also really close to our goal, and once we hit 100, I'm doing a giveaway. Hee. Hop on to enter the giveaway, pretty much. But that's it. I am really excited for this episode, so why not jump in, right? So we are officially 9 months into 2022. What? I know. How? It's literally, what? We are almost 3 out of 4 seasons in. Like, ma'am. And then the last one is partially part of the new year, so like, fall is our last full season. Ma'am, what? 2023 sounds like it's eons away. I still feel like I'm literally 10 and 2023 is just like that far off thing. Like, you remember in elementary school when you would like calculate when you're graduating high school? For me, that was 2017, and I would literally write 2017 and I'd be like, oh my god, that is that, am I gonna make it that far? That's literally centuries away. And now it's 2022, and yeah, elementary self, I made it. Hi, I'm still here, still kicking it. But I went into the archives, and by the archives I mean my manifesting journal and my laptop, to pull up my vision board I made at the beginning of the year and the list of things I wanted to either manifest or have as goals for this year. And we're just gonna talk through them and see how I did and like how I'm progressing. If you have any of your goals, go ahead and comment them on the Instagram post that is definitely up, and we can chat through how you're doing. If you need someone to be like an I say every single episode, it's time for me to say words are hard. But if you want someone to be an accountability partner for you, I got you, girl. We got this, you know? That being said, I am going to pull out my journal first and look at what I wrote for the first of the year. This is not off to a good start because the first one is journal every day. And I do not journal every day. I have taken time to meditate every day, which in my head is very similar because for me, they do the same thing. They're meant to like realign yourself and kind of get out the bad vibes. So I found that journaling every day kind of became like a chore more than something I enjoyed. So that's why I stopped. So I think that it's not that I haven't been doing it. I've just kind of pivoted. Also, the second thing is write a gratitude list every morning. I haven't been doing that. I have been getting back into it and saying things I'm grateful for every day, and I want to get back into that. I think there's like a journal, and I think it's called the 369 journal or something like that on Amazon. I think it has like a 369 place and a gratitude list in it, so I'm thinking about getting that. But I don't know, the 369 method is not my favorite in the world, just not my vibe, so I don't know. But in my defense, Luna ate my gratitude journal when he was going through his puppy phase, so I just haven't gotten a new one. So partially my fault, partially Luna's, I don't know. Next is get active daily. I think that I have kind of done it. The issue is right after I entered 2022, I literally got COVID twice in January because I got different strands. So I got one strand and then literally was fine for a week, tested negative, and then got it was right when Omicron came out, I got that one. So I was down for like 2 months, and that just killed all motivation. I wouldn't say I'm active daily. I try to do some sort of something, even if it's just playing with the dogs in the backyard, but at the level of working out that I'm actually going to see results, which I think is what I was intending, no. I talked about the hot girl walk, possibly getting back into that. It's just not been the top motivator, but I have been seeing Moon Dance twice a week and working out, which is a lot, from going from 0 to, or seeing her once a week or once every 2 weeks to seeing her twice a week is a lot. So I think I'm taking a step in the right direction. I'm not where I want to be, so I think that I need to prioritize that a little bit more, because it will make me overall happier and a more productive person. Like getting up this morning and forcing myself to go put me in a good spot, and you know, all the serotonin and endorphins that comes with working out is good. Only DoorDash once every 2 weeks. So the reason I put that is because Josh and I DoorDash, I've probably talked about it before, 7 days a week probably when I wrote that. I think it's some weeks we're down to like only DoorDashing once or twice a week, but then some weeks when it's busier or like I don't feel good, like this week, it's 3 to 4 times a week. So it's definitely better, but we're not there yet. I did get like a planner whiteboard, and I put it in the kitchen so that we can write down what our meal is every day, mainly dinner, because he has to be at work at 9 and I'm doing all the different things that I'm doing, so we don't really eat together until dinner. Mainly just like writing dinner down every night. I think that'll be a huge help, because we do DoorDash for dinner. We don't ever DoorDash for lunch or breakfast, or it's really rare. So that being said, we have to like actually plan our meals and go to the grocery store and get the items now. I do want to try, like Target has like $15 dinners and it's for 2 people, but I eat a lot. Josh doesn't eat that much though, but I feel bad eating his food. So I also thought about doing HelloFresh, but I don't know. I think that it's whatever option we choose is definitely cheaper than DoorDashing. So stay tuned. It's definitely better, but not there yet. Keep environment clean and cleansed. That is something I have been really, really big on. Yes, Luna? If you just saw that on YouTube, that was the cutest thing ever. Luna is my boy. But keep environment clean and cleansed. I definitely have made a huge improvement in this. I think that the thing is, I live with Josh now, and if you have a boyfriend or you are the boyfriend, you know that, I don't know what it is, they just aren't as clean. I have yet to meet a guy who is as clean as a girl, and I just don't think they exist. It's just not on their priorities, and maybe I just haven't met them yet. But all of my friends who have boyfriends, all the guys I've met, they just aren't there. So it's more of teaching him how to be clean, and it's not that he's like not willing to learn, but it's a process. So it's a step in the right direction. Definitely cleaner than how we started out the year. Hopefully by the end of the year, the house will be completely aesthetic. Yeah. And just like clean, and maybe not spotless, but at least like to the point where it's like we don't have dishes on our nightstand and we take them to like the sink every morning. And I have a rule that we can't have dishes in the sink for longer than 24 hours. If there's like an emergency or we end up leaving on like a day trip, 48 hours, but any longer than that is just like not acceptable. Like we don't need to be doing that for that long. Next is focus on the positive. So I definitely think I have been doing that. It's hard when I don't feel good, for sure. I struggle, but having an abundance mindset has definitely helped. I know that you guys have heard me talk about that. I did a whole episode about it, but I think that I've definitely made huge improvements from the beginning of the year. As you know, I do struggle with clinical depression as well as anxiety, OCD, and ADHD, so your girl has it going on. Focusing on the positive has become easier than it once was, so hopefully it just becomes easier and easier. And I'm really trying to eat cleaner because I know that that has an effect as well. And you know, focusing on the positive can literally change your life, change your mindset, change your life pretty much. It can just make everything feel so much better and you can be so much more grateful. So I'm working on it. I think that it's probably like 80% where it needs to be, and I want it to be 100, but obviously we're not going to be positive 100% of the time. That's just life. But definitely, I think I've achieved a lot. 7 is rent a house. So we definitely did that. We started renting our house in April. It's just like moving everything, so we still have a couple boxes left to go through, but pretty much we're moved in. Buying stuff for the house though is hard, so, and expensive obviously, so it's not completely furnished and it doesn't 100% feel cozy yet and like a home, but hopefully we can do that soon. Because the thing about renting is if you only live here for a year, by the time you feel like it's a home, you're not, like, it's time to move out. And in college, obviously, like, you only rent out like one room of a house and then you all kind of contribute to the kitchen, so it's not nearly as expensive. But now we have, like, we each have our own office, we have 2 bathrooms, we have a kitchen, we have a living room, we have our room, and like what we had going into this obviously is not going to furnish or decorate the entire house. And like I had a bunch of stuff that was like pink and like girly, so I'm not going to like decorate the living room super boho and girly because Josh is not, that's not his vibe, and like it's our house, so I kind of want it to be like our vibe. So while we have the house, I think that we're still working on making it homier, which hopefully we can do before winter, because I just want it to be like a cozy spot, since, you know, seasonal depression hits hard in Kentucky. There's like winter and snow and it's dark all the time, so I just want it to be a vibe and I'm working on it. But we did in fact rent it. 8 is financial stability and wiggle room, and we're definitely working on it. We're not there yet. I have some things in the works, but I think that's part of being 23, is like I'm still figuring out my career, and I had no idea where I was gonna be in September when I wrote this. Like, I was in grad school still, so while I'm not there yet, I would say that hopefully I will be there by the end of the year, and I think I'm on track to be there by the end of the year. Next is visit Moon 2 times per week. I literally forgot I wrote this, and I have been visiting her twice a week, so that's exciting. Hopefully I can keep that up. 10 is a successful TikTok. I don't know if I would say it's successful. I have fun with it, but like it's not like I'm getting paid or anything on there. I also wasn't planning on starting a podcast though. I wanted to wait like another year before I started a podcast, but you know, you just got to do it sometimes. So while I would say that it's successful in the sense that I enjoy it and I think it's a lot of fun, it's not like a full-time job. But I did add the podcast, so I would say that it evens itself out. I pivoted a little on that one. Self-confidence and love, I think it comes and goes. I think this is one of those things that really does like come and go, and you're just continuing to figure out who you are. And it's hard to figure, like, it's hard to love yourself if you don't know who you are yet. And I was thinking about it today when I was working with the horse, like so I'm a generator in human design, and if you're not into human design, all good. I am just like exploring it because I think it's interesting. I literally know nothing about it except for the fact I'm a generator. But apparently generators manifest and things come to fruition for them most when they're doing what they love. And it's kind of funny because I was sitting there and I was like, I don't really know what I love. Like, I love doing my podcast and I love hanging out with my animals, but how do I turn that into like something? And it's like, what do I love about doing my podcast? I don't know. I just think it's a lot of fun and I love it. I love talking to you guys. I love talking about things that make me happy, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just something I enjoy. So all of that to say, if you don't know who you are, it's all good. I don't either. I think that we're trying to figure it out together. And I think a part of being a human is that you'll never truly know who you are fully, but it's learning to love yourself despite that. So not despite that, but love yourself and like go along with the process, and you know, just kind of figure it out and be willing to give yourself the opportunity to figure it out. So yeah, I think I have good days and bad days. Some days I'm the most confident woman in the world and some days I am just not. But I have been like listening to a lot of self-concept affirmation videos, and then just like taking time to say my own self-concept affirmations, and I think that that's definitely helped. I've also tried to take more time for self-care. It's a work in process. I'm still working on making my space like a space where I feel like I can do self-care. I don't know, I'm really weird. Like, the environment just hasn't been the vibe, so I've been working on making the environment a place where I just like feel good. So I think that I'm definitely still in the process, but I'm gonna be in the process for the rest of my life. So I think as long as I'm working towards it, then that's really all you can ask for. So I think that you're in the same place. If you are working towards loving yourself, then that's what matters. It's not getting there, because you're gonna continually have to work on it throughout your life. The next one is more independence. I think that my friends moving away has definitely forced me to be more independent, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard. There's been times when I've literally hated it and felt so lonely and stomped my feet and been so stubborn, because, you know, I don't think that I'm like codependent on Josh. I think his answer would be different, but I think that I am pretty independent in general. I just don't like being alone all the time, and I don't think anyone really does. If anyone says they do, it's because they're comfortable with themselves. And I go through phases when I'm really comfortable with myself and who I am. I don't mind being alone, but when you're alone, it forces you to go through your thoughts. And I talked about this in a previous video. Like, that's why people are on their phones, TV, laptop so much, because it's a distraction from being with yourself. It's a form of escapism. So I think that forcing myself to be alone has really made that much of a difference. Like, I haven't always wanted to be independent, but I've definitely forcing myself to be more independent. And I do like a lot of things on my own. Like, I'll go just to Target by myself or Home Goods by myself, and those are all things I did with my friends when they were still here. So I think I've definitely gotten a new sense of independence, whether I liked it or not. I kind of was forced into it, but I'm getting more comfortable with the idea, and hopefully I'm gonna be stronger for it. I think that right now I'm just in a place where I'm still upset that everyone kind of moved, and I'm still kind of like getting to know new people and making new friends. So it's not that I'm not independent or I don't want to be independent. It's that I think I'm in a place where I know how to be independent. So I'm working on focusing on something else. Like, I mastered the independence thing, so now I want to focus on the friendships thing. Next is more self-discipline. Girl, yes. I'm really bad with self-discipline. I just don't do things when I don't want to, and it's probably part of being a Taurus. I'm stubborn as a bull. I've definitely worked on it. The other day I saw a quote from Ed Milet that really helped though. I don't remember it exactly, but it was something along the lines of showing up for yourself when you're motivated isn't the real accomplishment. It's showing up for yourself when you're not motivated. I butchered it, but that's basically what he said. Like, when you're unmotivated and you're still disciplined and you're still getting it done is when you should be proud of yourself and when it really matters, because it's easy to do things when you're motivated. And I was like, damn, he got me good, because when I'm motivated, I'm queen of the world. Like, I'm in the mood to clean right now. So yeah, my house is gonna look spotless. I haven't really wanted to clean the past probably 3 days, and it's definitely showed. Like, there's a few things in my house, like the laundry's a little bit behind. That's why I was doing it all day and things like that. So I think I'm having a hard time finding the line between balance and self-discipline, because I need to have more balance in my life. I'm very black and white, and I'm either going, or I'm not going at all. So I'm trying to find the line between self-discipline and working myself to death and not working at all. I don't know how people just balance their lives naturally. I don't know why I can't either. Like, it's just not a vibe for me. So help. I definitely would like some advice in that area if you have any. And the last one in my journal, and then we'll hop over to the vision board, is learn to say no. And I think I've definitely done that. I don't know if I necessarily learned to say no or if I just learned to set boundaries, but I definitely have learned when it's time to quit something or when I shouldn't even do something. Like, I'm a lot more strict about if it's not gonna make me happy, if it's not gonna bring me passion, if it doesn't align with what I wanna do in the long run, don't do it. And I am not afraid to say no. I don't really care about what the potential consequences are, because I'm like, you know what? It's all gonna work out. We're just gonna dive in and see what happens. Because in my mind, I literally am thinking to myself like, well, I'm only 23 once. Do I do it in 10 years when I have kids, or do I do it now? I should probably do it now. And that's part of the reason that I started like my podcast. Like, I was like, well, do I start a podcast when I'm 30 and I have it all figured out, or do I start a podcast now? And here we are. Like, I should do it now. Yeah, I'm still working on learning to say no in certain times, but I think that I definitely have mastered it when it comes to big picture things. It's just more of like, if someone asks me to do something, I still say yes, and then I tend to have too much on my plate. So that's where I still need to learn to say no. But I'm really proud of myself and the steps that I've taken this year. Like, I literally left a job because I knew it wasn't gonna fulfill me in the long run, and a year ago I would not have done that, like, at all. So that's crazy to me, and I'm really proud of myself for that. Moving on to my vision board. So my vision board is the thumbnail for this video, if you are curious, but there's a lot of fun things on there. So a big theme was self-care. And I didn't really talk about that in my journal other than like getting active. I am prioritizing it more. I think a huge thing for me is like, I like the bougie parts of self-care. Like, I like spending money on a face mask, and I like going to get my nails done. And those are huge aspects of self-care to me. Like, I feel like a whole new person when I have nails on. Like, I go from like a 4 to a 10 in my head. And I know it's not all about beauty, but just to me, it makes my confidence skyrocket. So I really want to get into that, but I need to figure out my funds first. Next is decorate, like make our house a home, get a house, and then make our house a home. So we obviously have the house, and we have some really fun memories already in the house, and just like hanging out together. I really enjoy it, but just making it cozier and making our house a home, we already talked about. Another thing was figure out the bunny room and get the bunny set up. I did in fact do that. I haven't finished my office completely in terms of decorating it, but his room is as done as it's gonna get. He lives in my office, if you did not know. And I also adopted another bunny, so I'm still working on bonding them. I have a whole very traumatic story about that, but I definitely did that, and I think that life is getting better. One thing I would like to do is get back into meal prepping vegetables for him. So I used to feed him vegetables, and I kind of stopped, which is fine. He gets plenty of other sources of nutrients, but him and his brother, obviously they really enjoy vegetables, so I want to get back into that and just meal prepping so I can just give it to him every night. Another thing is I wanted to spend more time with myself doing beautiful things, like going and looking at flowers and putting flowers in the house and spending time in nature and just like exploring. And I think I've definitely done that. Even like, I'll take my bunny. I have one bunny who hates going places and one bunny who absolutely loves it. So the one who likes going places, they're not bonded yet, so I'll take him to like Home Depot and just go look at the plants because it makes me happy. So exploring, and then going out in nature. I go to see Moondance, and she lives in like a meadow that's straight out of a movie, so definitely do that. I take the dogs for walks too. I usually take them to the dog park, but Luna is due for one of his vaccines, so obviously we are taking a break from that. Luna just went downstairs, got food, brought it up here, and now he's eating. So if you hear him munching, yeah. Graduate. I did graduate with my 3rd degree at 23, and this one was a master's, so pat on the back. I feel like that's not really a huge accomplishment, but it probably is. More romance. I think that's something that Josh and I need to work on. We've just been so focused on our career, like both of us. I mean, Josh works 60 hours a week and I am just trying to figure out what's going on. I've also been doing the podcast, and putting up 2 episodes a week is a lot. I know, like, I'm not complaining. It's my favorite thing ever, and it's my favorite thing that I do. I get so excited to do it, but it's still a lot. So, and the branding behind it as well. So I think that we need to make more time for date nights and things like that. And I think that when our finances are a little bit less stressful, we definitely will be able to do that. Make time for friends was a big one as well. I think that I did that a lot in the first half of the year, but when everyone moved out in May, obviously there was some disconnect there, and I kind of have just like taken a back seat. My friends that do still go to school, so they're either in undergrad or they came back for graduate school, did come back, but last week was like orientation and syllabus week, so they were busy trying to figure out schedules and things like that, so I haven't seen them yet. So I'm really excited to see them and hopefully get another schedule going. I'm sad because my best friend and I used to go to the gym together, so I need a new gym buddy. RIP. But yeah, I want to just make some adventures, and Josh and I need to find like a new group of friends or hang out with his group of friends more. He's like I said, he works so much, it's really hard for him to hang out with his friends, but I do love them and hopefully we can hang out with them more. Another thing was cook at home, which I talked about. Hopefully we can cook at home soon and meal prep and figure it all out, because the vibes, guys, the vibes are off. The vibes are off. Spending more time finding out what makes me happy and what I'm passionate about, and not wasting time on things that don't. For example, I was not happy in my master's degree, and I only did it because everybody wanted me to, and I'm glad that I did it now. Am I glad that I'm $70,000 in debt? No. But, you know, I like starting this podcast was a huge part of finally taking back my power and doing what makes me happy, because this podcast makes me happy. Talking to you guys on TikTok makes me happy. Branding this podcast on Instagram makes me so happy. So taking back my power and saying, no, I'm gonna spend time doing something that makes me happy is genuinely so liberating to me, and hopefully this will become a full-time thing eventually. But I really enjoyed that. Getting a car. So I originally wanted a Jeep, but I changed it to a different car. And like I said in my last video, I'm not going to tell you what the car is because I'm manifesting it. And I don't want to, like, I don't tell you guys what I'm manifesting till after. But I'm really excited and hopeful for that. Also taking more time to do art. I think that it comes and goes. I do a lot of crafts. I sometimes paint. I sometimes DIY. I change it up. I would like to do more, and I have started writing again a little bit. I'm not like forcing anything because I don't want to get burnt out, and it's obviously like something I just do sometimes. I don't like commit a ton of time to writing, but I have definitely tried to do more. I think I could do more in that area, and I think that's it. Like, there's the basic things, like I want to focus more on like things that make me more confident, like getting my nails done, also getting my hair done more often. I have definitely neglected my hair, and it stresses me out because my hair has always been something that I'm really proud of, because I have like Latin curls, and it's just like I'm Latin, but like I don't look super Latin, so that's the one part of my ethnicity that I really show. So I need to stop neglecting it and get back into that, because it makes me feel connected with like my heritage. But overall, I would say that I'm probably pretty on track, maybe a little behind of where I want to be. Like, I'm probably at like the 6-month mark, and I want to be at like the 9-month. But overall, I can't complain too much. I think I've started pretty much all of my goals in one way or another. What are your goals? I'm curious. If you are on Spotify or Apple or any other platform where you're just listening, go ahead and comment on my most recent Instagram post and let's chat about it. If you're on YouTube, girl, go ahead and comment down below and we can chat about it all day long. I am always here to chat. I have my notifications on, so I will see it. I think that's it though. I really just wanted to do like an accountability check-in, and I'm really excited to look at these goals at the end of the year and see what I was able to accomplish in these next 3 months. I definitely am going to be setting out goals and outlining ways to make the things that I feel like I'm lacking in a reality. So I'll keep you updated on how I outline them to make them more tangible. But I think that's pretty much it. This is just like a chill video after cleaning all day. I think I'm gonna go make some mac and cheese and then I'm gonna edit this and get it published. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If it's Wednesday, I hope you have a great Wednesday night. If it's any other day, I hope you have a great morning, day, afternoon, night. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever you gotta do. If you could leave a rate or a review, it would mean the absolute world to me, like absolute world, because it helps out my channel more than you know. But I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in my next episode. Bye guys.
You was the first to me.